Alright everybody, and welcome back to another Gamer's Chance video. In this video I'm going to be doing a quick showcase of a dough fruit on a Roblox game known as King's Legacy. But real quick, before we get into the video, the last video I did, which I released about a month ago, has 3 likes. I want to get at least double that in 1 week. So 6 likes, 1 week. Alright, let's get into the video. Alright everybody, and welcome back to another Gamer's Chance video. In this video I'm going to be doing a quick showcase of a dough fruit on a Roblox game known as King's Legacy. But real quick, before we get into the video, the last video I did, which I released about a month ago, has 3 likes. I want to get at least double that in 1 week. So 6 likes, 1 week. Alright, let's get into the video. Alright, so the dough fruit is a rarity of legendary and costs 1.7 million berry and 10 gems, I believe. Yes, 1.7 million berry and 10 gems. It's max damage once you have full Blox Fruit stats, which I do not. I have about 3,000. The max Blox Fruit is about 4,750. It does 1,100. It does 101,137,000 damage with Bokushiku Haki and 84,583 without Bokushiku Haki, otherwise known as Armament Haki. Alright, so the dough fruit has 6 moves. Its first move, which requires 0 mastery, is Flexible Punch. Basically, you pull your arm back, and when you let go of it, it summons a donut, and a fist comes out of the donut and punches your enemy. Without Bokushiku Haki, it's white. With Bokushiku Haki, which I press T to enable, the fist that comes out of it turns black. Now, the damage numbers are pretty significant between the two Haki, 1,000 around. And the move overall is really good. So, without Bokushiku Haki, it does 4,608. With Bokushiku Haki, it does 5,678. So pretty big difference, as you can see. Alright, so overall this move comes out really fast, has a quick cooldown, has pretty good range, does decent damage. It's a decent move. Alright, so the next move we have, the X ability, which requires 100 Blox Fruit stat, is called Heat Shot. Now Heat Shot charges up your fist, turns orange, you let it go and it explodes on the first thing it comes into impact with, dealing 6,217 damage. Again, comes out fast, does decent damage, and is a good fruit, and is a good move. Alright, the next move, Liquid Drops, the next move is Dough Spin, which requires a mastery, or a Blox Fruit stat of 250. This move is pretty fast, and every time you hit something, does 1,244 damage. Now, if you can get something up against a wall, like right here, then you can hold down Dough Spin and deal a constant amount of damage, but it's a glitch that only works sometimes. Alright, so now let's go back to this other NPC over here. Use Dough Spin. It's a pretty fast move, however, it does get slower as you take damage, but when you're in it, you still heal naturally, I do believe. Okay, now the next move, Liquid Drops. This one is extremely overpowered. It comes out, squirts this thing that does a huge AoE, and anything in that AoE gets stunned for 5 seconds. And if you don't know, 5-second stun is ridiculous. The only way out of it, I believe, is Flash Step. So if the NPC were to Flash Step, he could escape the goop that encases him. But other than that, it's really good. And again, it has a decent cooldown. Decently short cooldown. It doesn't do very good damage, but the stun is worth it. It has good AoE and is really good combo starter, which I'll show you what that means when I'm done with the rest of this. Alright, the next one I have is Rapidly Punches. Rapidly Punches. That's kind of doesn't really make sense. This guy. I don't want to trade with you. I don't have anything. Alright, so Rapidly Punches is exactly what it sounds like. Hold down V and you summon a bunch of donuts with fists that come out of them and you just punch the crap out of your opponent. Just Ding, 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 ding. It has a total of 32 punches. When your max blocks fruit stat, when you have max blocks fruit stat, it should do somewhere around 15k damage. All right, moving on to our final move, which requires a mastery of 2,000 or blocks fruit stat of 2,000. This is Sharpened Spike. This is a very slow move, comes out very slow, but does quite a bit of damage and is definitely worth the slowness. This is probably the slowest out of all the moves in terms of cooldown and in terms of attacking. You basically only want to use this one if you have the opponent locked in place with liquid drops like that. Then you can come in and you can use Sharpened Spike, and they can't really go anywhere. So yeah, that's the moves of the Dofruit. Flexible Punch, Heat Shot, Liquid Drops, Rapidly Punches, and last but certainly not least, Sharpened Spike. Alright, now I'm going to show you my favorite combo to use with the Dofruit. This isn't exactly the one you have to use. There's a ton of combo. Its combo potential is very high, but this is my favorite one to use. So it starts off with Liquid Drops. Liquid Drops is a really good combo starter because it comes out slow, so if a person knows you're PvPing with them, you're not really going to be able to hit it. It's pretty easy to dodge. So you surprise attack them with Liquid Drops, and then immediately hit X, Z, and then immediately hit Heat Shot and Flexible Punch. So the full combo is C, X, Z, V, B. Liquid Drops, Heat Shot, Flexible Punch, Rapidity Punches, Sharpened Spike. So as soon as my move comes back off cooldown, I do that. I held it for too long. Apparently you can't just keep a move charged up. Oh, get away from me. I don't like you. All right. C, X, Z, V, B. I'll show you what it looks like, and you can watch the damage counter go. So C, X, V, just like that. And then V. And then this one takes a while. This is where the combo gets a little bit long. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. And as you can see, I didn't even have to use B there because I'd already hit him with that Liquid Drops one first. All right, let's try and do this again. All right, ready? As soon as my Sharpened Spike comes off a cooldown, I'm going to try this again. I want to hit a fluid combo so you can actually see how much damage it does. It's actually completely insane. C, X, Z, V. Yes, I hit the combo this time. As you can see, my damage is going up. 17,000, 18,000, 19,000, 20,000, 21,000, 22,000, 23,000, 24,000, and then another 6,000. So overall, it does about 32,000 damage. A full combo, a full one of that combo does about 32,000 damage. To put that into perspective, I'm level 1,476. The max level is 4,750. I can do half of a max player health stat with one of these combos. That's how insane it is. So, real quick before we end the video, I want to go over the pros and cons of the fruit itself, just real quick, and then I'm going to give it a nice big ranking just to show you how it is compared to the fruits. The pros: it has very high damage compared to other fruits such as the bad fruits like paw and bomb and stuff. The damage on this is completely ridiculous. I mean, 6,000 damage on its first two attacks, like 15k on its rapidity punches. That's more than magma for sure. The next thing is it has fast move cooldowns. I mean, this move, the first one, you punch in a second, and 3 seconds you're just ready to flexible punch again. So you can just spam. You can have a combo that consists of 2 of the same move over and over again. 3, long range. It does have really long range. The first 2 moves, not as much. The first move especially. That one only reaches about that far, but this one, I believe I can hit that wall all the way over there with it. Yeah. Liquid Drops, I believe the same thing. I can hit pretty long with it, and Rapidity Punches as well. I can hit all the way to that wall over there with pretty ease. Sharpened Spike too. So only the first and last move really have a range limit. The other ones are kind of like, iffy. The last one. The other ones can kind of like reach like medium long range. And It's also really good for boss grinding and regular NPC grinding too. If you're good at regular NPC grinding, I personally boss grind. I don't waste a lot of time on regular NPCs if I can. It has really good land mobility with the roller donut. I will say after about 20 seconds, the roller donut will automatically despawn and leave you, but you can get around land really fast with it for a little while before that happens. Of course, the roller donut does damage too, so that's another plus. Good against Zoan type fruits. This is really good counter against like Dragon, Phoenix, as long as they're not flying because the hitboxes are so big. I mean, you can easily just come up to them and just start smacking them with this, and it's pretty easy to hit because their hitboxes are so big. It's also has 5 moves for attack, which with the short cooldowns, that's insane. You can keep an enemy at bay the whole time you're PvPing them by just simply throwing a dough fist at them every once in a while while you're trying to set up your combo. You can throw it at them, keep them at bay, make sure they're staying at bay. You can throw your moves at them, like that. So it's really good for that. And player still heals damage in Dosman. I believe your passive heal that you just have continues to work while you're spinning in your little donut there. So you can still heal. I believe if you angle it right as well, you can climb up walls with the roller donut. I'm not sure how that works. I haven't been able to really test it out too much myself. But another thing you can do with the roller donut, and I find this actually kind of cool, is if you find a big enough bump, you can kind of half fly with it, like that bump right there to Graveyard Island. I can just hit a small bump, and this one right here, see, and it'll send me flying. That's actually pretty cool. It's really good on like Starter Island and stuff. When you're trying to get away from someone, you just hit the ramp and go flying. It's good, really good for the Golden Arena, like insanely overpowered. If you're trying to do raids and get gems and all this kind of stuff, it's just way too good for that. It's really good for PvP. It has good stuns and good combo potential. So if you're a bounty hunter, it's a really good one for that. As you can see, I have really high bounty, mainly because of this fruit. I've gotten like 10,000 bounty just having this fruit. All right, those are the pros. Now let's move on to the cons. It's ground-based fruit. It's not good for aerial combat whatsoever. So things with small hitboxes that fly around in the air like gas and light are extremely, extremely bad unless you're just like an absolute professional player and can hit people out of the air. It has no sort of move that allows you to go up, so you're going to have to rely on your air jumps to do that. Another one of the cons is it is actually pretty hard to aim. Like if you want to get really, really good with this fruit to where you're like completely unbeatable, you're going to go and download one of those aim trainers that you use for Fortnite, and you can just you can just whip around and just boom, pop someone real quick. They're not even looking at them. Really, the flexible punch and the rapidity punches are the only one. Liquid drops, heat shot, and sharpened spite all have pretty good AoE. As far as I know. So flexibility punch and rapidity punches, rapidly punches, both have pretty good. You have to be pretty good at aiming. The 2 best moves, rapidly punches and sharpened spike, both leave you stun locked. As you can see, my player right now is completely stun locked at the moment. The dough fists are going off everywhere, and he was completely stuck in the air, which means if they escape that and you can't hit him in time, fruits like Magma and Quake can use their big abilities where they do a crap ton of damage, and you can die really easily if you're not careful. The C and B moves, Liquid Drops and Sharpen Spike, both come out really slowly, like almost painfully slowly. Like that takes forever to hit the ground. It's super hard to dodge. So if you're going to use them, you're really going to want to use surprise attacks. I would use Liquid Drop, so like a combo starter, obviously, as a surprise attack. And Sharpen Spike, you basically only want to use if someone's completely stunned in place. It's kind of good for the ghost ship farm, the cursed ship, only if you have the Bulletus, the bubble thing. Yeah, the thing that lets you go underwater. Other than that, it's not really good for that. The best thing to combo with it are anything that has a long stun. Dough if you get Conqueror's Hockey, if you buy it or if you spawn in with it, I think you have like a 0.1% chance to actually spawn with Conqueror's Hockey in the game. You don't have to buy it. You will be completely insane. It's like not even fair. You will be like ridiculously OP because you'll be able to sit there, stun them, do flexibility punch and heat shot, liquid drops, flexibility punch, heat shot again, rapidly punches, sharpen spike into flexible punch, and like it's just ridiculous. You will literally be the king of Legacy. All right, well, that just about sums up the dough fruit. If you want to see me do more of these videos, please let me know in the comments below so I can get an alt account up and running on this, where I just go and take all the fruits and just completely review them and do a showcase of a bunch of these. Remember, 6 likes, 1 week. I believe y'all can do it. And while you're down there, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and if you feel like I missed anything or forgot something or did something wrong, please let me know in the comments. I'm still kind of new to this YouTube thing, but other than that, this is Gamer's Chance. Over and out.